Born, build or destroy. God, equality, power, culture, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, cipher. Get excited. This podcast was brought to you in part by Merch Life Publishing.
All right, bet. What up, y'all? How you feel? How you feel? It's Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. This is Motivision, episode 33, man. And we here with a very prominent young black man, man. I want to tell y'all about this guy, and I can't really hold you on the introduction because I do want him to tell you about himself as well. But let's just say that my guy knows both sides, man. He knows both sides of the game. And today we're going to talk about, the benefits and the disadvantages of both sides of the game, man. I'm talking about corporate and I'm talking about entrepreneurship. So, my guest, Tyrell Bey, get excited. You already know.
What's up? How y'all doing today?
Everything is good. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are, what you do.
As you heard the guy say, my name is Tyrell Bey, and I've been out here doing this for the past 11 years. Out here hitting these streets, just trying to figure out a way. So I grew up. Basically, my background is like this. I grew up rough. Grew up in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Single mom. She didn't have it like that. She had 5 kids. We was out here trying to get it. She was out here doing the best she could. Was homeless, house to house, waiting on food, and not having nothing to eat and different things like that. So as I grew up and I saw my mom struggle, it gave me a different drive. When it comes from the aspect of being with a single mom and not having a father, you know what I mean? Because I met my father at the age of 16, and I don't want to speak down on that man. He was doing the best he could with the 12 kids that he had, or however many kids he had. I can't really remember off top, but I know a few of them, a few of my brothers and sisters. But like I said, I met my dad when I was 16, and it really wasn't a great experience. So I always said to myself, I was never going to be that kind of guy, even though I didn't know him. But later on in the years, after I got to know him, I'm similar to him anyway. But rather here nor there, growing up rough, I had a decision to make. I had my first child at 17, so I joined the military at age 21. And I stayed in there until I was 25. So I was joining the United States Army. I got to travel across the world. I got to live in different countries, and I got to experience different things. And, throughout my tours in the military, no, I didn't do any war, any tours in any war scenarios. So thank God for that. I can't say that for a lot of my buddies, a lot of my friends. But I learned a lot in the military, traveling to different countries and being in different places. So it gave me a good foundation to get out here and understand the difference between the haves and the have-nots, and really seeing what the world has to offer, and really seeing the opposition that people who look like me are up against out here, and it's a foul game. So ended up getting out the military when I in 2012, and I was an IT specialist, so I have an IT background in the military. So I specialize in project management, network infrastructure, and all those kinds of things. I work for the banks. I started out doing consulting right after that, and I got my first consulting job after I got out the military in 2014. I did some working for factories and different things like that, and I started seeing that working for someone else really wasn't the thing I wanted to do. You said you had some questions for me, right? I'm trying not to go all.
I was letting it rock. You was definitely giving the story, and I do have a question based on what you said. I want to know, like, what was it like coming from because being a black male, they say that it's hard for us to get employment. Having the military under your belt, what was it? What would you say is like coming out of the military, getting a job versus you trying to get a job like before you had that skill set? Because really what I want to focus on is the fact that you went and got a skill set when you saw that it's like, oh, I want to change my situation. I'm gonna do something about it. I ain't just gonna sit here and try to wait for something to come to me. Like I respect that you went and said, no, I'm gonna take control. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's ironic that you say that, because before I went to the military, like I said, I had a child early. So I was out here looking for jobs and getting fired for no reason. And this is back in 2000, 2008, where the economy crashed. So a person that looked like me or you, we couldn't get no job. So it's like, it's hard out here. My brother had joined the Army.
At that time, bro.
Yeah, my brother had joined the Marine Corps, and my sister had joined the Army, and they were doing pretty good for themselves. And I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna just jump out here and see what it's like. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I went back and forth with it because I struggled with weight and different things like that back then. So for me to get into the military was something that took time. I didn't just get in there. It took me like almost 2 years because the fact that I was overweight and, different things like that. There were some other things that played a role in that. But
weight has a lot to do with your financial and emotional state as well. You probably was overweight because you were stressed out, going through things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just. I wouldn't blame it on, you know what I'm saying, just being overweight. I think it was a reason. You know what I mean?
Well, I definitely was overweight because you got to think that being a black man having a kid early and dealing with the baby mama drama, when you're dealing with a young lady that hasn't really grown and she got you going back and forth fighting with the court system and different things like that. So that definitely played a toll on how I was feeling in the individual that I was at that time. So like I said, that goal of me getting into the military was definitely something that that helped me pull myself out of that depression that I was going through at that time.
Yeah, and what do you think? What do you think it was about the military? Was it the fact that you had something to do? Was it the camaraderie? What was it?
Well, like I said, getting into the military was an accomplishment because I was overweight. But when I did eventually get in, and I started to see that it was a camaraderie, but the breaking down process was the hardest part because I had to free myself of the arrogance, how we walk around, even though we don't have, as much as others or whatever. But you get what I'm saying? Not like I felt like I was better than anybody, but we had to carry a specific way about it because everything we went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they had to break me down to a point where I didn't even have no identity at the point, like going through the training and then breaking me down. And when I first got in there, they treat you like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a good reason why. You feel me? So they treat you like shit. They break you down mentally. And I'm going through that by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest out of my family. So I'm always used to having somebody there. And I'm going through this by myself. But I'm like, I got to do it. I don't want to go back to the same thing that I was dealing with before. I got to do it. So basically, the military taught me how to find the true you. Like, you don't even know who you are until after you go through all of that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's transformation right there.
Yeah, because it's like the person you were before you walk through that door and the person you were when you leave after those 9-10 weeks of training. Like, my family didn't recognize me. The chick I was dating didn't even recognize me. She came in, I'm standing in line. They like, yo, where Rel at? Like, where the fuck is he at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I walk up, I'm like, yo, hey, mom, hey. And they're like, oh my God, like everybody was in awe, like of the person I became. I mean, I went in at 270 pounds and I came out 225. So I lost the whole person. And the thing about it is, being a young black man being raised by a woman, you grow up with a lot of fears.
Yeah, you do.
And like, people don't realize how many fears that you deal with, because I was dealing with so many fears and I had to overcome them. And going through basic training, you got to overcome them. You got to overcome heights. You got to overcome your fear with guns. You got to overcome your fear with, bombs and different things like that. But
my brother's away right now in basic training. That's why I'm listening to it and I'm taking it in, because my brother, he's like a coddled type of child, I should say. He had both. Like, I didn't have both parents in the household. Like, my dad was with my brother's mom, and that was his wife and everything like that. They were married for 23 years. My brother is now 22 and he just went away for basic training. He only been gone for like a month. You know for a fact, I don't have no way to contact him. He don't have his phone. Like, when you get there, they take your phone, right?
They take your phone. They let you call one person when you first get there. They're like, all right, pull out your phones. So they take us all into a room after they get you off because you get off the plane, you get on the bus, and they take your orders and they see, okay, so you go here. So everybody separates. Everybody go their different ways. Yeah. And then everybody get on their bus because you're gonna go to your company. Mm-hmm. And I was in Alpha Company 369. I forget exactly what number it was, but it's been a minute.
Number man.
Yeah, but
that's the key to the universe right there. 369.
It's a nugget. Mm-hmm. But basically, So they put you in these they put you in these buses, and then they drive you over where you're gonna be training at. Then they get off the bus, grab your bag, So all of the breaking down starts at that point, and then after they figure out who you are, make sure you have everything you're supposed to have. Um, uh, they make sure you got everything you're supposed to have, and then they let you go in a room. They let you call your people, mainly your mom. Let you call your mom or whatever. Like, hey, I'm here. And then like cut your phone off. They don't even let you say I love you, nothing. They're like, I'm here. Click. And they hold the phone for you. They hold it up to your mouth. They're like, yeah. They like, go ahead and talk. And they hold the phone up to your ear. You're like, hey, mom, I'm here. Click. Oh, you thought she was great telling you love her? You thought, you know what I'm saying? They just they instantly start drilling into your brain and start breaking you down and start making you emotional.
Build is good, though.
Yeah, they start making you emotionless. So, that's the main thing. Like I said, they strip you of fear, but then they make you emotionless. So there's good and bad with the military. I can say that there's good and bad. And
that's with everything.
Yeah. So they strip you of who you was, and they create you into this individual that is greater than who you were. But in your mind, you feel like you're lesser than them because you thought that you was somebody that you really wasn't. So you have to grow into that individual. So you confused. Like, you ever notice, like, when you see somebody come out, they ain't got no beard, they ain't got no hair, they just look like a totally different person.
Like, because I know somebody that was in the military. He got dishonorably discharged for I think he was like selling weed in Japan or something dumb, right? But he was in the Marines. So the guy I'm actually talking about is somebody else who was in the Army, and he basically told me, he was like, yo, when you away at basic training or when you away, period, it's like being in jail, because those phone calls be like that. Those drills be like that. That waking up early, it ain't no count time. Like, they're not going to walk through and count y'all like they do in prison, but you got to stand in front of your bed and you got to stand at attention. And then I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, that sounds like you being built into something. And he was like, no, you're not being built into something. You being stripped of what society made you think you were, and the real you is being brought out of you. He told me that. He was like, it's just like having a shitload of money. Money doesn't change people. It just amplifies who you really are.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I was trying to say. Remember, I kept on saying you think that you better and that you really not. And they break you down to a point where you like, all that shit didn't matter. Everything that you thought was this and was that, and this is who you are. And I can mold you and I can play with your brain and create this kind of individual and this kind of individual at the same time. And I'm gonna strip you of this person just so this person can do whatever I want them to do. So they manipulate you to the point that if they say, they break you down so badly when it comes to, you got to fold your bed a certain way, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to get up in the morning. But at the same time, they break you to the point where they say, go do this. And you believe it, even if you don't even know if it's not true. Like, they make you do stupid stuff to get through training. And then you get places and they be like, for instance, and it's not this serious, but I'm just trying to use it in a way that you understand how much control they have. They tell you that man over there, because he got a turban over his head, is a threat. Kill him. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to think twice about it, because the past 2 to 3 years, all this training you're going through, they feeding your mind. These kind of people.
Not to question the order. And that's something like gangbanging, though. Because when I was gangbanging, it was the same shit. And it was like, if you even hesitated a little bit, like we'll be walking down the street and they'll say, you know what I'm saying, we about to wreck on such and such. And they'll be like, whoever want to star, I'm gonna point this person out and you go put in work or you go eat your food or whatever. The first person to hesitate, now you getting attacked by your own comrades. You see what I'm saying? Like, we thought we was outside to go war with them, but really it was a test for the person that got the order. So when you get the order, if you hesitate, now you getting jumped by the niggas that you came outside with. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hesitate, now you hurting somebody that didn't even know it was coming. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even expect it. They just putting groceries in their house, coming out their car, and it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. So I understand the following orders without questioning, you know what I mean? But I had to fall back from that because I was in the wrong military. I was in the wrong one, you feel me? That's where I got this from and everything. But yeah.
But I can tell you like this, right? Everything that you just explaining to me is just what the military has done to the people, like our people, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's giving you it's giving our people the wrong direction. So we supposed to create these armies and these gangs to protect ourselves.
Yeah,
but
because
instead,
they were created for. CRIP
yeah,
stands for Community Revolution in Progress.
Exactly.
Blood stands for brotherly love overcomes our depression and destruction.
Another nugget. Another nugget. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it started as. But you know, everything was tainted, everything was twisted. When things get infiltrated, that's just how it happens.
But yeah, you got to look at the person who infiltrated it. And this chess not checkers, so you got to look who's handing you the pieces, who's giving you the game. Because if you're not looking at that, then you blind. Because the same way that they broke down me is the same way they breaking down our people on a regular day. So that's when I was deployed, I was over in Korea. And I was always in my barracks room because they had us on lockdown, so we couldn't really go nowhere. So after I really realized like what was going on, that's when I started sitting down and I started reading. You know what I'm saying? I started reading books and I started researching who we were and different things like that. I read the book by Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live. You know, different books like that. I read the book. Because right after I left, I started eating all kinds of meat and everything. You know, I stopped
the black man and everything.
Yeah, Message to the Black Man. Another book that I think everybody should read. I want to show y'all something. This book right here.
The Color of Law.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just gotta check this book out, man. I definitely gotta check this book out. This book is major. Make sure y'all get that author's name right there.
Richard Rothstein. That's Richard Rothstein, y'all.
Yeah.
Color of Law.
Check that book out. Excuse me. And this book right here.
Ooh, that thing. The hacking the American.
Y'all gotta you see that? Get that name.
Robert
so basically, even before I read that book, The Hacking of the American Mind, that's really what it is. It's a game of the hacking of the brain and you know how to control the masses. It's all a control mechanism. And I was sitting there over in Korea, and I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers is tripping. Like, you really a drone. I'm watching these people treat my battle buddies like animals. Like, old buddy was over there getting high when Spice came out. It's when that synthetic weed came out. You know, it messed with people different.
All that shit, yeah.
I tell you, I lie to you not. I watched this dude hit that twice, run to the wall, boom, hit his head in the wall. Because he thought he was running from somebody. Then I watched him slide down the stairs like a snake. And they took this dude, they took him out of his element, out of his room, his comfortable bed, and they made him sleep in the laundry room on the floor. That was his punishment. You strip this man from sleeping in the bed every night because you can, because he was mad because he was high. Why is he getting high? Why not figure out what is he going through and why he's not getting high? Nah, he's insubordinate. Punish him. Make a mockery of him in front of his peers. You know what I'm saying? So his peers would be fearing it. It's all about fear. It ain't about correcting the problem. Keep these dummies fucking scared of me. And whatever I tell these dummies to do, they're going to handle it. They're going to do it out of fear.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if you go all the way back to when we first got brought over here, the people that weren't here already, the ones that got brought here, because every black man in America isn't a descendant of African slaves. We was here first, and we got brought here. So, you know, you could come from either side. You might come from both sides.
Oh, facts. My family was here. I traced it back. My family been in Delaware because we're from the Lenape tribe. So our family is descendants of the Lenape tribe. Yeah, so we've been here since like the 14, probably before then. I traced it back to the 1400s.
That's fire. That's fire that you even took the liberty to do that. But when you go back to that time, when they gave us the Bible, they told you can't read, you can't learn, you can't even think for yourself. But here, I want you to take this book and know everything in it. And I'm gonna remove all of the shit that suggests you should be a person of your own. You feel me? And then they only gave Nat Turner had the real Bible. That's why Nat Turner did what he did. Because Nat Turner had the real Bible. He was reading it like, what the fuck? This just say, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he went and preached the word that was in there. And that's how he got slaves to revolt with him. But my point was that when they attempt mind control, it's really not that difficult when you know the blueprint. And the only reason I know of the blueprint is because I've been in sales since I'm 29 now. I've been in sales since I was 15. So that's almost 15 years in sales, and that's a mind game as well. Exclusivity.
That's learning. That's what's that? What's NLP, right?
Well, what you mean? Like,
When you learn like the person's behavior, like you understand.
yeah, something like that. It's psychology. Because
Mhm.
exclusivity it's called the fear of loss. Exclusivity makes somebody want something more, even if they never wanted it. Like I used to go outside and sell oils to people that had no intention on going outside to buy a fragrance or smell good. They doing it with the vaccine right now. Fear of loss, the exclusivity. First, we're gonna scare the shit out of y'all. We're gonna make y'all wear a mask that's supposed to stop something that's supposedly airborne from getting into your lungs, but you can breathe through the mask. So I don't understand how air is not getting in your lungs. But anyway, we're gonna make you scared, wear the mask, right? And then what we're gonna do is, I mean, there is, the flu is real, COVID-19 is real, and all those things are real, but the flu been killing people for hundreds of years. Like, what are we scared of some shit that's already been happening? You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part about it is, like I said, it's all about control and what you allow people to hear. That's why I was showing you that book, The Hacking of the American Mind, because that book is exactly what you're talking about. It talks about you use the media to control the masses.
Definitely.
So basically what they're doing with that whole thing is, because even if you look at obesity killed more people, and heart disease killed more people than the flu.
Yeah, heart disease is still the number one cause of human death in general, anywhere in the world.
So why is that not as important as the coronavirus?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Because they want you to know that heart disease comes from stress. It comes from acute and chronic stress. And what do we stress about? Not having money.
Yeah.
We stress about that because it's all kept in a certain spot. When we get a bunch of money, we go spend it with people that already got a bunch of money. You're not taking $1,500 to Walmart. You taking that shit to Gucci. You see what I'm saying?
I was getting ready. Let me go back and answer your question. Then we go get on that. I was going to speak on that today.
That's fire.
See, that's alignment. That's when the universe is pointing two people together, because it's a certain context that we need to get out to the people. But basically, what I was saying is, right, the military basically stripped me of who I was. It turned me into a soldier, for real. So that's who I became. And but what I did do is I made sure that I learned the skill that they gave me as far as dealing with computers. And the ironic thing was, I wanted to do computers in high school, but they didn't feel like I was smart enough. But the universe brought it back to me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's what happened.
Basically, I was one of them. And to be honest with y'all, give y'all another nugget about me. I was another one of them young boys that they put in special education. Told me I was dumb. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell you why they said I was dumb. They told me I had ADHD, and they told me I was dumb. They also told me that I would never graduate with a high school diploma or graduate degree.
Whole time you had the highest IQ in the room.
All because if a teacher taught me math, I would instantly look at her math problem and change it, make it an easier way for me to do it. It wasn't that I was dumb. I just wasn't following their instructions.
Exactly.
So they said that I can't pay attention, so I can't do that. There's a difference between knowing it differently than not following, which is, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they broke me from, because see, the way I was raised with my mom was, she always told me that anything I wanted to be, I could be. And anything I wanted to do it. So she never limited my imagination or anything like that. So when I went to school, it was hard for me to deal with the way the teacher was trying to structure me, same way as the military, because they used the same tactics. They used it in the school, but I was resistant against it as a youth because I knew it was wrong. But anyway, back to getting into the military, doing all that, learning IT, getting out, and what the military did, how it broke me from who I was and created this man that you see before me. But you never really want to lose the total person that you were before. You have to make peace with that. Just a nugget for y'all. Always make peace with your younger self, so you won't continue to drag that past. You got to move forward, move past that, because the fear of you attaching yourself to that, the fear of not attaching yourself with that, is keeping you bound, and you can't move forward. And a lot of people are trying to figure out why they can't move forward, but they're not, leaving it back there. But basically what I was saying is the military really did change me to a different person. And it definitely helped me when I got out, when it came to finding jobs. I know a lot of people that started out in IT way before me and are not in senior positions that I am in. When I got out the Army, I didn't even have no degree or anything. So I went and worked at Kraft Foods while I finished my technical degree. It's not even a degree, it's really a certificate that says I know how to do X, Y, and Z in IT, and I'm good at it. Boom. And they gave it to me, and I went out into the workforce. People got degrees and different things like that, or may have been doing it for 20 years or 15 years, and couldn't get the same position as me. So you asked me a question that if the military puts you in a different position, it definitely does. Sometimes you put veteran on the application, you just get a call because somebody say, "Oh, he's a veteran."
Yeah.
Now I want to hire that guy. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, how did the military set me up for success? It set me up for real good success.
Yeah,
And
it's like a fraternity. It's like a club. It's like an exclusivity. Like you being a part of the military lets you get discounts and all that stuff, don't you?
You get it everywhere. I mean, it's a beautiful. I mean, it's kind of has its ups and its downs, man. I mean, you know, I've been in situations where I'm riding down the highway doing faster than I'm supposed to be. When I was, you know, trying to revolt or whatever, or trying to go against what I learned as an adult, smoking weed, you know, riding down the highway, sipping. I done been in positions where the cop, then, you know, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make you leave your car here, but somebody gotta come pick you up. But if I wasn't a veteran, I'd have been in jail.
You'd have been locked up.
They'd have booked me. And you know, I'm saying I'm not saying that all cops are and this is a white cop. This is a white cop in a racist town.
You a vet though, so he don't. That's another thing about what I know from my military experience being around, because I got people that's family members that have been in the Marines, the Navy. Like the guy that illustrated my first children's book, he's actively a Marine right now. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people that have dealt with several different branches, and I also know like they don't really focus on race. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You black, I'm not going to treat you differently. I mean, it's less. I would say it's less likely to be. In my opinion, it's less likely to be. What is it called? Singled out because of your race. If y'all both is vets, y'all just vets at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely like that when it comes to discipline in some instances, but it's definitely still the same program when it comes to promotions and getting jobs or anything like that. You still a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? You my homie when I need you, when I need your life, or when it come to me about to die or you dying. You my brother, you know, watching my back. But when it comes to me eating or you eating, yeah, it's definitely mine against over yours. It's definitely that. Yeah, but I can say like, and just to continue on about the differences between being a veteran and a regular civilian. I went from making $16 an hour in 2014 to making over six figures before 2016, and that's from no college degree. That's not none of that. That's just me learning what I learned in the military and navigating based off of who I am, and not taking less than what I deserve and different things like that. You know, so I'm having that hunger, because a lot of people like, yo, why would you leave a full-time job or a full-time employment with a specific company to go work as a consultant for yourself? First of all, when you work off 1099 or you do the contract job, you got a lot of tax write-offs, and a lot of people pay more in taxes. They pay more in taxes than me, who got regular jobs, and they're like, oh, well, how do you do that? Because y'all are the ones being taxed. People who got businesses and different things like that, we have a lot more tax write-offs than you think. Everything is a write-off.
Holding company, especially if your LLC owns your LLC.
Yeah. But see, there's different levels. A lot of people don't understand those levels. And then even on top of that, when you get into the trust talk, you get what I'm saying? So
when you get to that private reserve with your private bank, then you use your life insurance to borrow from it, get a Tesla, tell the Tesla, oh, this business bought this. Now that's a write-off too. Like, come on, man. Listen.
Yeah, every you see what I'm saying? But the game, but see, that's what I was saying. Like, people ask me, like, why are you doing it? And it's not really white folks. You know, it's not really people that look different than us. It's normally people that look like us talking about, that was dumb. You should have did your 20 years and got up out of there.
Because they don't take risks. They don't know what they don't know.
It's they don't want to know it. Like I said, you got to let go of that past and move forward, because it's the fear. Like, it's the fear of the unknown. But like,
about it,
you can just type it in. Like, it's like, for instance, if I be like, yo, the store's around the corner. First person gonna say, can you just send me the name of it? Or you can I just told you the name. Type it in Google and click search, and it hit directions. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants everything just handed to them. They don't want enough. They They don't want you to do nothing. And they get
It's
mad
that
like, oh, these
American
Indians that came over here,
dependency.
they taking over. Or these Mexicans that came over here, they taking over. But you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
don't want to take no risk, but then you want to look like you're taking risk. You want to get, you know, money from the state, money from the government, get your $1,500 for each child. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to go give it right back.
Give it right back to Amazon app on your phone and shit. Like
yeah, Prada and all that. But what I'm saying is, like, I see people that don't even make half of what I make a year and probably pay more taxes than I do, you know, from all the different things that I have my hands in. But it's like, why like people ask me all the time, why don't you got some McQueens on? You know, why don't you got on some Balenciagas? Why don't you got on this? Why don't you got on that? Because that's not giving my family wealth. That's not doing nothing for my kids.
I don't own any shares of Balenciaga stock. Why am I buying that shit? Like, you see what I'm saying? Look, that's really what I do. Like, I really live his life. I only got on this shirt because I liked it. It's a Seinfeld shirt. This was cool. It was like 30-60% off. But normally I only wear shit that I made. This hat, I got this hat made. I'm the author. It's one of my brands. I only wear shit that I make or I take part into own. Like, I got a bunch of shares of Amazon, a bunch of shares of Nike. Those are things that I'm gonna go out and spend money with. And then I all my books that I publish, I have a deal, I have a contract with Amazon. So when I do publish books for other people, it's the book is automatically put on their site. So now the person gets the commission off of their book. Amazon, everybody gets a piece. I get a piece of their profit, they get their profit, and Amazon gets a piece. So of course I'm gonna go deal with them. They're a part of they actually make my brand bigger because they're, you know, instead of absorbing my brand, I actually cut a deal with them. So that's what people
that's
don't
partnership. That's something, but you gotta realize, man, that's not something that's taught. You learned that because you were in business and you were in sales. So you learn how you gotta navigate and
they
how
look
you have
at it
to
like
give.
competition. I'm looking at it like, man, I can help you, you can help me. Let's get money together.
Yeah. But that's what I was going to tell you. In the military, I could be black, white, whatever, but I'm gonna go to my brother, he gonna help me. Like, if I go right now and it's between me and you getting a job, we got two black men. You might have a car, you might have everything else better than me, but the guy who's getting hired, he's a racist man, he don't like black dudes, but he's a veteran. Who can get the job first?
The other veteran.
I'm gonna get the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the job. But you know, when it comes to the same thing, when you're dealing with people and money, our people, I can't come to somebody like right now. I'm trying to get into logistics, right? So I'm trying to right now buy a fleet of trucks. So I'm put these trucks out here. I went to a few brothers. I'm like, look, man, you know, give me 5,000. You know what I'm saying? I know you got your tax money back and you got all this money back. Give me 5,000 and help me put this company together. Let's work together as a team. Put this company together because it's better to do it in numbers than in groups. You know what I'm saying? And try to do it by yourself. I mean, I could do it by myself. It doesn't take me a little bit more time. But if I got 5 or 6 people to put in 5,000, you know what I mean? That's 25. That's 25,000 right there that I could use to get the business started, so we can get things going. And then everybody got a stake in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you know, I got the business going. I pay for this, pay for that. I got good credit. Everybody got good credit. We go to the bank, you know, get a line of credit for 150,000. You know what I mean? Get everything moving. Then we got 4 or 5 trucks making, you know, $10,000 to $12,000 a month.
Yep.
Before you know it, you know what I mean? We got $1 million business in 2 years, probably less than that. I mean, I'm just giving up. You know what I'm saying?
With the way things is moving, trucking is actually doing better than it was before the pandemic because we can't do nothing.
Because you can't move nowhere. So it's in demand, and then people are like, no, I don't put my money into that. But that's only our people.
Or they untrustworthy because of lack of understanding.
Or lack of understanding.
Just like when I tell people I'm trying to do business with them and I send them a contract, they like, damn, I got to get my lawyer to look over it. I'm like, bro, it's 2 pages. You can't read. Like, it clearly states what's there. If you see something that you don't understand, then say no. But don't just say no because it's a contract. You thought I was just going to take your money and not say what it's for? I need that in writing.
Yeah.
Everything got to be in writing. It's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? We both got to cover our ass.
I think that, like I said, the school system failed us because business law, civil law, and all those different things need to be taught. A lot of people don't even understand the difference between maritime law and civil law and contract law.
Yeah, like even basic credit ain't taught. Like bro, I did a video on how to create an invoice, and that thing got 1,089 views in the first day. That means it was at least 500 people that didn't know how to make an invoice. when it's an app, PayPal, it's not like you don't even gotta know. I didn't know how to make an invoice myself. I learned how to do it from playing around on the PayPal app. That's how simple it was. Like, you learned how to do it from absolutely having no prior knowledge of it. If that's possible, that means it's not that difficult. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, the average human does not have ingenuity or common sense.
yeah,
So
wind down. When you growing up, they teach you to be dependent.
they teach you to be dependent.
Yeah.
They strip you of that. And people get on me all the time, like, let your kid. Like, first of all, you know what kills it? It's when they start teaching your kids to draw inside the lines. Or they start structuring what they drawing. Because what is artistry? It is an expression. It's a feeling. So how you gonna tell me my feelings gotta be put in a box? Like, they be like, yo, tell your kids color in the circles or color. No. Because they can draw me a picture and have 30 different colors on there, but they're going to come over and explain to me every damn thing that's in that picture.
And this is you, and that's mommy, and here goes such and such. Yes, they definitely do that.
They give you a vision because they have a vision. So why am I automatically going to cloud the ability of how much of their mind they're using? Yo, children, like, that's why I say you have to make peace with your old self. But you have to get conscious enough in your new self and who you are and start figuring out, where did this go wrong? Like, people be like, nah, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, because it's the fear of staying where you comfortable, and you comfortable being a slave. You comfortable being in a trap. It's like Dame Dash said, it's like if you a dog and somebody got you in the house, they give you something to eat. You eating every day. Yeah. But then the dog that's outside, he got to scrounge around, he got to find food. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we steady? Why are we so comfortable with being given things?
That reminds me of a meme that I just saw. I don't know where it's at now, but I saw it earlier today. It was two lions. It was one lion in the wild, and it was one lion in the cage. And it was like the lion in the cage is afforded free healthcare. He gets free food. He gets this. There was all these benefits. It made it sound so good and crazy and stuff. And then it was like the other lion do what he want when he want, got his own food. He can go out. He can have children if he want. He can actually roam the forest. He is the king of the jungle. This other lion, he a slave to the zoo. So which one you want to be? You want the safety and comfort, sacrificing your soul for that? Because the lion don't get to be who he really is. Like you're saying, the lion can't even fucking go scratch a tree. He in a cage.
he in a cage, ain't got no trees in there.
Nothing.
They took you out your, but you gotta look at
old
it.
Ass hay with horse shit on it.
Yeah, but look, the same way they do the animals, the same way they treat us. You can go back and forth with black folks in America all the time. You tell me where black has any standing in law. I forgot. You don't read. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, why you don't vote? Vote don't count anyway. And people are, well, the Constitution gave me rights. The 14th and 15th, the 14th, 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment was written for black folk.
And it's still in the Constitution that we're 3/5 of a person. So where did they get rights at? You talking about all five of us? All five of us got rights. Not you, but the five of us, we got rights of three people.
Of three people. So when they get mad talking about, they killing black men, stop labeling yourself black. Stop doing it on paper. The law does not tell you that you have to put black on that paper.
Right.
I
always put, I don't even fill out things anymore, but when I used to fill out job applications, I used to put on there, I'm not disclosing that. And my first name is Jeremy, so they ain't no shit till I showed up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My shit was at the top of the joint. They like, oh, Jeremy. Okay, let me get him. Yeah, bring me in. Yep. And
But I'm gonna tell you something. I started because years ago I stopped putting black on paperwork and I just started putting whatever. Sometimes I cross out, put other, you know what I'm saying, or not disclose. But I was just trying out something, so I put white on the paper one time. And I go into the doctor's office. The lady was like, "I think you made a mistake." She said, "You put white on the paperwork." I said, "And what makes you think that's a mistake?" She wrote her. She looked around like, and I'm like, "Man, if I came in here and I put female on there, what would you say?" I wouldn't say anything. I'm not supposed to. So once again, I put white on there. Why are you questioning it? And she just rolled her eyes. I said, the document is made for me to make a choice on who I believe I am. So why are you sitting here, Right. And I'm just like, more to the story is they teach you whatever a person looks like. And it's a Latin word. I can't really think of it off top, but it's a Latin word that means at first glance. And that's what HR and everybody teaches people at first glance, what they look like. That's what you give them. If you're dark, automatically in there. You're automatically black. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, it's
and I give you a prime example for the people listening. A prime example of a prime example of the edification of the mind, just because just the color black itself. In art class, right? In professional art, in the world of art, they tell you that black is not a color. White is the spectrum of all colors, right? That's what they say. They say white is the spectrum of all colors and black is the absence of color. How, Sway? How? When you can't get any color, even if you go back to the Bible that they push in our brains all the time. In the beginning, God created himself from triple darkness. And then when he created the world, it said he had to say, let there be light. So if there wasn't light, what the fuck was there? It had to be darkness. So even in that aspect, that means that black is symbolic of originality.
Yeah, I want to send you something.
Symbolic of originality. That means black is the essence of all colors and white is the absence of color. So why the fuck in art class do they tell you white is the spectrum of every color? No, it can't be. It can't be. Because I can't take white and mix it with something and now it look different. But I can take gray, I can take purple, I can take green and mix it with black and it's going to become darker.
Yeah, people don't look at that. They just look at what they've been told.
Like they tell you 666 is evil, but that's the neutrons, protons, and electrons makeup of carbon, which is another word for melanin.
That's the creation of woman.
Yeah, that's the number 6 also symbolizes woman because you got the arm, leg, arm, head, and then you got the 6th point, which is where you can create life at. When the man plants a seed there, she can't do it without us, but we can't do it without her. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, it's numerology wise, the number 6 definitely stands for the woman, but I'm talking about the 666 that they say is evil. Like the black cat is supposed to be evil too. The black cat
anything is supposed anything black.
And then Egypt was destroyed by God. Like,
what up, y'all? It's Merch Life J. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a couple friends, man. We trying to grow over here at Merch Life Network. Appreciate you. Get excited.
I was trying to find this picture to send to you so you can read it to the view. You can show it to your viewers. It's talking about the color black, and I want to show you. It's from the original dictionary from like the 1400s. And it's crazy. When I show it to you, you're gonna be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, man. I like looking up shit like that, man, because they got it. Listen, man. I mean, a lot of my viewers is on that, but it's a lot of people that I get introduced to that ain't. So I want them to, get the truth from the beginning.
I just sent it over to you. Maybe you can put it in the video. But I know I only answered 2 of your questions. You had 2 other ones. So when we start over, I don't know when you want to cut back in. When you want to get back to it.
I was gonna say let's go to what's the next question I was gonna ask you? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about so as far as after you left the military and you became, you started working for yourself and things of that nature, what would you say is the biggest takeaway that you got from going from corporate to entrepreneurship? Like what's the biggest nugget you could give an up and comer? I know that's a hard.
The biggest thing I could say is don't look for encouragement. Don't look for your family and everybody to support you. When it's time for you to step out and do your own thing, you got to be your own cheerleader. You got to pull up. You got to get up in the morning. You get up and put your pants on every morning to make this decision to do that. You got to stick to it. You have to do it on your own because you as an entrepreneur, you don't have nobody patting you on your back. You don't got the boss saying, I mean, I get people saying like, thank you, you did a great job in that project. You know what I mean? But I don't look for it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be looking for that. I just want to get my contract, get my job and what it's going to do. I know when they renew my contract that I'm doing a good job because, you know what I mean? A lot of people are scared to walk away from the W-2, but a 1099 is a good space. I'm telling you, because anybody come work for me, I'm not giving you a W-2. I'm giving you a 1099. I'm giving you freedom. So at that point in time, and it's really
for the 9 to 5. I don't mean to cut you off. For the 9 to 5ers, what because I know you know, but I want them to know what is the difference between filling out a 1099 and investing in being at a company for 40 years, investing in a 401k that you may or may not get at the end of the 40 years.
I don't. Them 401ks that's a scam. That's a game. That's investment money for the people who started that company. And you can't even pull out all the money anyway, and they tax you on the money that already was taxed. That's another game. So, if you invested in that ain't bringing you back no money. I mean, that's another talk for another day. We get into that investments and crypto and all that other stuff. But
yeah,
it's a trap. So you fill out the W-2. Your W-2 is an agreement to file a tax law, and that you're gonna pay a specific amount of your earnings, and you are agreeing to that when you fill out the W-4. So,
and what kills me is people be like, "It's a refund. I'm getting money back at the end of the year." So you telling me they took 30,000 and they about to give you back 2? That's a refund.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's not a refund.
They be waiting for that 5,000. But I'm telling you, like, on the other, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, on the other side of fear is growth. It's growth. It's greatness. It's you. It's you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people be so fearful. But I'm telling you, that's just like when the first time you're scared to get on the roller coaster. But you get on that roller coaster, the thrill of the ride was you overcoming fear. You gotta be closer. Like, everybody has fears, but you gotta make your fears got to be your ace in the hole. You got to be able to make peace with them. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be in the same, like me. Like, for instance, y'all don't know I have a fear of speaking on camera. I hate public speaking. I hate talking.
No idea.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here right now having a conversation with you live. We doing this live. Where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? That come from me in boardroom talking to 30 people that looking at me as like a little peasant. They making this amount of money, that amount of money, but I'm running this room. I'm in control. I got each one of y'all asking me questions on how I'm gonna make y'all money. So that's when it clicked in my mind, like, I'm bigger than all that stuff that I was told. Oh, you're gonna be stupid, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. Yep. So at that point, now, instead of me being an employee selling time for money, I'm still selling time for money, but I'm doing it on my side, I'm doing it on my terms as a consultant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I work 8 to 6 or whatever, but that's me working for myself, working for you. But I'm still myself.
And you can do what you want during that time. You still gonna work.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, the people who doing my job for that company don't realize, oh, but I got benefits.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you can get health insurance with your damn LLC. You know what I'm saying? You get whatever benefits you're talking about. That's what I be trying to tell people. They be like, "Yeah, I just got a car." You don't own the car though. If somebody can come take that shit from in front of your house, you don't own it. Like, how do you own something they can come take?
Man, you don't even own your house. Look up
exactly.
The definition.
You don't even own the house.
Look up the definition of deed.
Paying the mortgage.
You're a caretaker. Yeah. You're a caretaker. So, but like I said, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, you can't do it in fear, and it's gonna be scary because, like, you don't really know where to put your money. You don't really want to do this. You don't really want to do that. But the sad part about it is, in our community, it's hard to find people that really want to look out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody in our community be like, "Yo, I help you build your business, and I'll contract this with you. When you start getting money, you start paying me back. I want some equity." That's just like what you was talking about. If I put your book on, this book on, then this, and I'm making money, you making money, and you got my network. You see what I'm saying? But nobody want to look at it like that. Nah, man, I'm not about to put 5,000 into your dream. What I look like, but I see something you don't. Yeah. But you can believe in Jesus. Right. But you can't believe in me, a real person standing right here.
I can touch you, like I'm here, bro. Like, and I'm not it ain't no pictures of me hanging up. That's not me. Like,
that's not me. Like, I'm right here talking to you. But I can feel his presence. If I tell myself that I could jump off a cliff, I can jump off a cliff too. And that shit gonna be just as real as me feeling it too. But so you can play in your mind and make yourself believe something. It's like, I know for a fact that people tell themselves they're unattractive, but they're the prettiest woman in the room. You feel unattractive because you told yourself that.
Yep.
And
It all
mentally,
starts with the mind. Your hands ain't gonna do nothing without your brain telling
without
them.
the mind. So once you tell the mind something, you understand. Like people be like, "Well, I don't want to drive. I don't like to drive," because you've heard somebody, your mom or somebody, talk about how dangerous driving is. Now you done put a fear, you done put a blocker. You don't want to drive. So
Exactly.
what I'm trying to say is, once you conquer in your mind, you say, I'm going to start conquering these fears one by one. Then you can start achieving your goals and start going for what you want. Like I said, I'm not out here. I don't have a Fortune 500 business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making billions of dollars, but I'm taking chances. I'm taking risks. So I can start building, wealth for my family.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Generation. I'm worried about my grandkids, not me.
Yeah,
I
because
ain't gonna be here to spend this shit. I don't plan on being here to spend this shit. Bro, I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't plan on making it past 75. But if I can make 75 million by the time I'm 50, I'll be cool not working for 25 years and then having my kids set up. Because if you look at it like this, if your child is used to living off of a $50,000 a year income and you leave them 50 million, you know how many years they could live off of that shit? At 50,000 a year. You know how many years they could live off of 50 million?
And then you got to look at how much interest each $1 million you got in the bank is giving them money. Because matter of fact, the interest alone is going to pay them off of 1 million alone is going to give them that 50,000 a year.
That's game
right there.
That's game right there. And then I ain't even get into the other things that you could do with that money before you put it in a bank, because you could get the crypto. You could start a crypto, which is what Mr. Bey is doing right now. Oh, listen,
I'm in the process right now of working on a coin that's specifically for our culture. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, everybody looks at us as liquid assets.
Definitely.
Because our money comes in and goes right back to them. As soon as they give us money, it goes right back to them. But I'm creating a coin that's going to circulate with us, and that people are going to invest in, that's going to be for us, the sovereign nation, the sovereign individual. So that's what I'm working. I'm working on a coin for that. I know, and a lot of people try to do different things in the past, but with the blockchain and the way that thing is set up with digital IDs, the blockchain, and all the other stuff, we in there. I'm not gonna give too much. Because I'm working on it.
I was telling them about blockchain technology and how it has to link, how you gotta have the code and your wallet gotta match the code, and there's no way that because what people fear about crypto, they're like, well, if I buy it, it's on the internet, so it's gonna get stolen. And I'm like, bro, I show you the flash drive that you can purchase and store your crypto offline. Like, stop letting your fear stop you from doing something. And then it's like, you'll go spend $200-300 at the hair salon for a fucking week of hair, but you won't spend $200-300. You know what I'm saying? You won't spend $200-300 and let it sit for a month and watch it triple. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch it turn into $1,200. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just.
But then at the same time, you gotta realize at the same time, it's a lot of our people talking about, hey, I can help you invest in crypto, and they crooking us. They doing the same thing the white man do to us, and it's crazy because the white man, you can go to a black business owner and be like, yo, I ain't like this. You go to a white business owner, he'll be like, all right, you can return it. I'll give you your money back, or I'll give you a store credit.
Or I'll exchange it, yeah.
Or I'll exchange it. But our folks, that's your loss. You see what I'm saying? So then automatically our people don't want to work together. Even if I got beef with you, you got a business and I know it, and it's something I need, I'm going to get it from you. But then if I'm not getting quality from my people, they're like, fuck it, they're going to eat it anyway. We got to have that same, we got to keep the same hunger the whole time, because the energy is a reflection. Like the first day I saw you, I was going to say what's up, but now you can't say what's up to everybody because everybody is all uptight. Like, oh, yeah, I don't want to talk to this dude. Who the fuck he think he is?
Or what you mean, what's up? What you mean? Like, yeah, because in Philly, what's up mean I'm about to swing on you. Like, yo, what's up? Like that, you know what I mean? That's weird. I know it's weird. That shit is a greeting. How did it turn into I'm about to fight you? Like, like hello.
Nah, I guess that's like Facebook or something, or these little videos they be seeing on YouTube. And the reason why they're doing that, because like I said, you know what I mean? These younger generation, everything that meant something to us means something totally different today. You say that to them now, they be like, it's really different.
Totally.
It's really different. But yeah, but what was that?
Like, if I say, like, I'll give you a prime example. My son is 11 years old. I'm like, oh, you my dog, right? He like, dang, dad, that's messed up. because on Fortnite the language is if you trash, you a dog or you dog water or whatever they say. So like I'm trying to tell you that we comrades, and you telling me I'm disrespecting you. Like, damn. So yeah.
Well, I mean, the original form of it was disrespect. We took all the disrespectful words.
Oh, our generation, right?
Yeah, we just because we came from
nigga. Like nigga is not a good name to be called.
Well, actually, in its originality, it means king. KRS-One spoke about that.
Yeah, NEGA.
Yeah,
you know.
But they just added a G to make us look stupid. Let me add another letter and make it mean different.
I mean, when they came and took over, they was like, yeah, y'all. Oh, that's the king. That's like somebody coming over here right now and just blasting America and being like, you fucking president. You know what I'm saying? Like KRS said, I seen the video.
Yeah, he went in. He was like,
that shit was fire.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they did. But but in other words, what I'm saying is we living in a different time. You know, things moving different. And you know, I forgot exactly what we was talking about.
Man, this picture is crazy though. I really wish I could put it on here. How would I put it on here though?
You probably have to hold your phone up to the camera.
Probably so, but it's a little blurry though. But it says that so on the left hand side it says black spelled, you know, BLACK. Then it says BLAC and BLAEC. Pale.
That's how they were written in the past. That's
Pale, wan, blazing, to become pale or to turn white or to bleach, also to lighten or to break. So these all came from 1849, 1854, 1859 editions of Noah Webster's dictionary, right? So basically these are the original meanings of the term black spelled in any of those ways, right? And then if you look at the American version on the right-hand side, it says American, an aboriginal one of various copper-colored natives found on the American continent by the Europeans, the original application of the name. So this is from Webster's 1828 American Dictionary of the English Language and the 1936 Webster's Unabridged 20th Century Dictionary. So can you explain what that means to them real quick?
So basically what it's telling you is the direction in the, what do they call it, verb that they have us listed under has no standing in law. Calling myself black or white, that's not a nationality.
Definitely.
That's not you know, describing a person or individual.
That's not Chinese, or
it's a color. It's a person, place, or thing. But you look up what the word person means in the dictionary. It doesn't mean human. It doesn't mean, it's not individual. Individual. It's property. So, you know, that's a different topic for another day, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're crazy." You know what you're talking about, but they don't want to read, and it's
you know what it is. They just don't want to hear more, man. They just don't want to learn more. They just don't want to. if you dig what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But when I use the term black, though, I specifically make it known that I'm referring to originality, not referring to the color, or not referring, you know what I mean? Because that is true. That is true. They do misconstrue words. Like if you tell somebody God bless you, you wishing them bloodletting. You're not telling them that, you know, wish them well. Like the etymology of words is very important. Like passion means to suffer. You know what I'm saying? So
they got it in the Bible. They got it like
yeah, they got it as if it's something good. Like, yeah, I'm very passionate about. So you're suffering about that? Like you wish to suffer? Like, oh, God bless you. You wish that my nose would bleed as I sneeze? Like, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand the etymology of the words. So we keep saying them, and we keep spelling. It's called spelling for a reason.
Yeah.
They'll even tell you it's power in the tongue. But like you said, that's a whole nother John.
But when they say it's power in the tongue in the church, they don't mean regular speech. They mean that.
Oh, that's what they talk about in the church. Yeah.
Why are you speaking? Why can't you just speak it over a person? Why somebody got to mumble something and be like, the Lord said this? No, you said that.
Yeah. You definitely.
Stop saying that the Lord said anything, because he didn't come out. If he did, let me tell you something. I used to be deep in the church. I was actually ordained at 18 years old. I was a youth minister in Kovic Church. Kojic. Church of God in Christ. Kojic, Church of God in Christ.
Oh, all right. Oh, I thought you said COVID church for a second. I was like,
no, Kojic. That's why I had to re-say it, and then did it say Church of God in Christ. Yeah, and I was in that deep. And after I started realizing the brainwashing that they was doing, it's crazy. You don't even realize how much control religion really has over you till you start doing shit that you wouldn't normally do.
Exactly.
Like, I was shouting everything. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? And
listen.
I'm broke. Like, I'm giving all my money to this church. The pastor riding in a brand new Cadillac. I'm giving you all my money. And I'm like, yo, I need some money to pay my rent. Well, you might want to go ask the state. Nigga, I just gave you 2 bands last month. Or over this course of this year, you can give me $1,000 back. So I can pay my rent. In hopes of sowing the seed that I'm going to get blessed. But anyway, after I got out the military, I really started questioning religion because I started using the power of my mind. Like I said, when I was over in Korea, I started reading a lot of books and started releasing myself from those shackles, basically called the Matrix. Mm-hmm. And we all have to operate in the Matrix at some capacity because you can't eat without the Matrix unless you use the Matrix to create your own. You know, you grow your own food, you got your own water and all that other stuff. But at that point, until then, you can't really live without the Matrix. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I started using my own mind. So at one point, I got into it with this pastor. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, disrespect me like that. I was like, look, let's go outside. So I went outside and I talked to him. He was like, yeah, man, you know, you was disrespectful. I was like, nah, you was disrespectful. You know what I mean? You could have handled that differently. And I was like, the next time you disrespect me, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to handle it like I used to when I was younger. You know, you're not going to disrespect me in front of my family and people like that. Yeah. I'm going to put my hands on you. So make a long story short, he tried it again. Because he walked outside, and after we had to call him, he was like, thank you, Jesus. You know, I appreciate that. I was like, Jesus ain't save you. I said, don't be saying thank you, Jesus. And he was like, whatever, thank you, Jesus. And this ain't no disrespect for no pastors or anybody who believe in Jesus. I just don't. And later, I ran into him again. And you know, we got into another situation. And I was like, you remember when I told you? Mm-hmm. And this is in front of his wife. I said, you disrespect me in front of my wife. So I'm going to share the same, you know what I mean, respect to you. Yeah. So I was like, remember, you know what I'm saying? I told you last time. I said, bring your bitch ass outside. Mm-hmm. He like, all right. So he get up. And I'm like, remember that shit you was talking? And I told you next time, if you disrespect me, I'm put my hands on you. And I said, when we get outside and I start whooping your ass, I said, I want you to pray. And when that Jesus that you love so much, you hold so dear, come down and stop me from whooping your ass, I'll start believing.
Yo, that's a crazy ass story, yo. And I really wanted to I gotta laugh because that shit is funny too. Because what did he do? Let me let you finish first. What did he do?
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Just like that, but go ahead.
Because I'm like, bring your ass outside. But I knew he wasn't because he paused. So I met him in the middle of the living room and I pushed him down and he sat down. I looked at his wife. I said, so this man right here, been telling you all these years, this man is mystical man up in the sky has been blessing you. And he believed in him with his whole life. But he wouldn't even chance it. And it will tell you, Jesus told me not to do it.
Bro, I asked the lady once. And this was a Bible thump over the internet. So she got even more disrespectful because we were nowhere I'm probably in a whole nother state or something, right? So I said, do you realize that the letter J wasn't even invented at the time when this man supposedly walked the earth, right? She was like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, the Hebrew Bible, the Hebrew alphabet. I was like, there is no letter J. And I was like, dude, can we agree that there's power in the name of Jesus? She was like, yeah, there's power in the name of Jesus. I'm like, all right, can we also agree that that's not his name? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's not his name. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, there's no letter J. So the guy who you talking about, his name was Yeshua. Mm-hmm. That was his name. I said, so if you're out here screaming Jesus all the time, and you say that there's power in that name, and you also agree that something, I was like, yeah, something happened when you said that, right? And I'm leading her into it. She's like, yeah, something happened when I said it because there's power in the name. I'm like, all right, cool. Because something happens when I say stuff too. But if that's not his name, and
how's he hearing you?
And you said, no, not even that. If you said his name and something happened because you said that name, but that's not his name, where did that power actually come from? He was like, what do you mean? He was like, what do you mean? It came from him because he know who I'm talking to, whether I say his name right or not. I'm like, all right, so if you come in the house and your son named Gerald but you come in the house and scream George, is he going to answer you, or is he going to say, Mom, who is George? Where George at? Who you talking to? Is he going to answer you? She's like, no, he's not. I'm like, so why the fuck would this person answer you if you calling him that name? On top of that, again, where do you think the power came from? She said, I yelled Jesus one time. I was almost in a car accident and I didn't hit the car in front of me. I said, you hit the brake too, right? Like, yo, I only didn't hit it because I only didn't hit the car because I yelled Jesus. I'm like, bro, the power is inside of you. Like, when you realize that, that's when you really gonna be what you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
depending on this shit that your oppressor gave you, that don't even make sense.
I just asked a person real quick. What is it when a chicken lays an egg and it grows up? What is it?
A chicken or another chicken,
or a hen or a chicken, right? Or whatever. But it's still a feathery little chicken or whatever. And then same for a deer, same for a dog. But God says, I created him in my image, in my likeness. So if I'm a son of God, what am I when I grow up? Am I not a creator of my own universe?
What am I
not a creator
at my highest form? Like you said, at maturity, when I get to that point.
But people think that maturity is just age. Now it's elevation of this. Because the mind is connected to everything, because God said, let there be light. He said, everything came from a command. Without the mind, there's no command. The mouth don't work.
He had to think it before he said it.
Before he said it.
You feel me? He wasn't talking at the same time. Nobody. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
And then and then people also, he got many names. I know one of his names is the bright morning star. That's God's name, right? Morning star. What's Lucifer's name?
What's Lucifer's name? Exactly.
The morning star. And then if you look in the Bible, they both were classified. They say the name in the Bible, the bright morning star. Yeah. They call Jesus the bright morning star. And then you're going to turn around and call Lucifer the morning star. So who are you really praying to?
And then you got to understand this. When people say, God is not letting Satan do this or not letting Satan do that. I'm like, bro, didn't God create everything? They like, yeah. So if he created Satan, he created an opposing force, but he is that opposing force. How can God be inside of everything and everywhere except you? Like, at a molecular level, when we break everything down, we're all atoms. We're all atoms. So God has to be, whether it be some spirit in the sky flying around, or whether it be, because the Bible also tells you that God dwells within you, that you are the temple. I mean, people just don't.
Let me say this. I asked a young lady yesterday, I said, what's the highest praise? What's the highest form of praise? Not hallelujah. But what's the highest form of praise? She said, I don't know. I said, so what is your body? What did you just say the body is?
The temple.
It's the temple. It's the temple of what?
Temple of God.
Of God. So when you praise yourself, who are you praising? Who are you praising? What is the highest praise? Praise yourself. Stop praising everybody else. Love of self is the highest form of praise. Give appreciation to the Most High. Yes, he created you.
And let me clarify for the people, I know they're going to comment and I know they're going to say, but that's arrogant. That's what Kanye did. No, Kanye did it wrong because he was arrogant. We're not talking about be arrogant and I'm so high and mighty. I'm better than you and you and you and you. No, we're supposed to be able to live in that godhood and understand that this man next to me right here, he is living in his godhood as well. So it's not me being disrespectful by saying I am a god or I am who I am, because you are who you are as well. The planet, you don't hear Earth fighting Venus. They both planets. They both circling around the sun.
Exactly.
Supposedly. So you know what I'm saying? So,
you have to put that in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, like people, man, listen, man, we can talk about that all day.
Now, but I'm just saying, like, when I'm talking to this young lady, she's like, yo, you're so easy to talk to. I'm not, it's not that I'm easy to talk to. It's just that I show compassion. A lot of people feel like they're better than the next man, or the next female, but I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. Even if I got more than you, I don't feel like I'm better than you. I just make different decisions. So I'm not better than you. But when I was telling the young lady, what's the highest praise? I'm like, why don't you congratulate yourself? You should congratulate yourself through every piece that you do that's in good stand, that has brought you fruit in a good way. Even if it brought you a lesson, praise that. Like,
and this is why I'm not religious, but this is why I gravitate more towards Islam than Christianity. I never gravitate towards Christianity at all. But when I be like, yo, that was a good job, bro. You did a good job. And they be like, man, all praise due to Allah. And I'm like, bro, I just said that.
Exactly.
We just said the same thing.
Yeah. But
So,
you know, I do agree with giving praise to Allah and the most. Well, some people call him Allah, people call him the Most High, but it's the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that you need to give, because when you wake up in the morning, all praise is due to the Most High. You woke me up this morning. You gave me food. Like, and it's crazy because everything we need grow in the grass, but they tell you it's a weed. Another nugget. You know what I'm saying? They tell you it's a weed. That dandelions growing in you.
Yeah,
they take them
they say you
dandelions
don't smoke weed, but then they go manufacture some GMO weed and try to push it to you. Like, yeah, we got it in dispensaries now. It's legal now. It's legal because you went and manipulated it to your liking. So now it feminizes men and it masculizes women. Like, come on, man.
And you know what?
The cheese in the refrigerator don't melt when you put a lighter to it.
That's why I had to stop smoking weed. I used to smoke it heavily. I'm telling you, heavy. I used to smoke weed heavy because it calmed me. But then the more I found out who I was, I found myself. The more I backed off of it. And I'm not shaming nobody to smoke weed, because I'd rather see a man smoke weed than beat on his children, or you know what I'm saying, vice versa. If it's helping you in a way, keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But just understand that it's not in its natural form. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, we definitely gotta understand it's not in its natural form anymore. Unless you growing it yourself somewhere, I don't think it's safe for you, bro.
Tell it again. It's not. Anything that's not in its original form ain't safe for the body, because it's not supposed to be there. But yeah, so like I said, keep praising yourself and give yourself praise like every day. Like, and it's not gonna be easy, but make it your mission that you get up and you give yourself praise. Self-love is the most honorable thing you can do. And a lot of people don't do that. You think that just because you're gonna give love to your children, you're giving them broken love. Because you broken. You have to be fully in love with yourself to be able to love someone else the way they deserve to be loved, because compassion comes in at that point. Understanding comes in at that point. You know what I'm saying? You have the balance between masculine and feminine energy. You know what I mean? So you understand when to be masculine. You understand when to be feminine, because they say men don't need to be feminine, but there's times when we are feminine and we need to be.
Exactly. Like for example, with the children, sometimes your child needs to be nurtured by the man, not by the woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, who your daughter run to when both parents come in the house and I guess, a babysitter or another family member was there. The daughter is going to run to the dad. The son is going to run to the mom.
Exactly. My daughter running me all the time.
Mom could be right there, but I want my dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love you too, mom, but I want to be nurtured by my father. And it's absolutely nothing wrong. It's actually right with that. It's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah,
that's another nugget for them, man. So I want you to tell them where they can find you, where they can come support, and things like that.
Well, I'm Tyrell Bey on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. Right now, I don't have an Instagram. So I am going to create an Instagram here shortly, because I want to do it for my business. I just didn't want to do it for myself. So it's going to be a business page. But you can find me on Facebook at Tyrell Bey if y'all want to hit me.
Yeah, man.
Like I said,
no.
Like I said, I was camera shy. That's why I'm not on all these different platforms and and doing a YouTube and all that other stuff. And just being on this interview is something that's new to me. This is my first time ever doing an interview.
Yeah.
Like, live. Yeah, I mean, I've had conversations with fellas. Like, I get together with the fellas and somebody might do a podcast or something like that, but it's never recorded. So we get to talking and coming up with different ideas to speak about. So this is the first time I'm ever really on camera. Like, unless I was on an interview or I'm doing a Skype call with somebody. Like,
like a Zoom John.
This is an accomplishment for me. And it might not have been the best call that you might not be the best video, but you know what? This video right here gave me encouragement. Having this conversation with you took me to another level. I just ascended. I just water jumped. You know what I'm saying? I just took a quantum leap. You feel me? I took a leap of faith that's going to help me elevate me. And hopefully what I'm saying can help elevate somebody else.
Definitely, man. Y'all hear that, man? Y'all hear that, man? Breakthroughs are happening. Like, y'all gotta like, it's not even so much as breaking out of the fear, but just take that chance with yourself, because you'll surprise yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? I remember when I used to sell oils, I walked to the nail salon and I walked right back out. I'm like, damn, it's all bad Jones in there. They about to tell me they don't want this shit. I'm like, man, bro, I went in there. I made the first John laugh. Every chick in there bought something.
That's what it is.
Bought something. I said, the hair is nice. I was like, how you doing, miss? She was like, hi. I was like, the hair is nice. She was like, oh, thank you. I was like, can I touch it? No, I'm just kidding. She's cracking the fuck up because she knows she wanted somebody to tell her that her hair, she just got it done. She just got it done. You know she wants somebody to say it's nice. I'm like, can I touch it? No, I'm just kidding. Just like that. She start cracking the fuck up.
I got another book that y'all should read. That book is The Ways of the Superior Man.
Ooh, I heard of that one too.
Let me say this to you. That book, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but all I'm saying is Nipsey Hussle said read that book. And if you look at what Nipsey Hussle's wife said about him, she never argued. He was always in his godly, manly form at all times. That dude, you know what I'm saying? He was always. She said he never argued, never fussed, never fight.
By everybody, I don't know nobody that don't respect Nipsey Hussle. Not one
respected by many. Like the only person that didn't respect him was the person that knew that he could bring us all together with peace and harmony. But
in the LA County Sheriff's Department.
Yep, and they have it on Audible, the audio of it right on YouTube. You can find it, The Ways of a Superior Man. Listen to that. If you're a young man out here, female, whatever, listen to that book. It's going to help you understand the balance of masculine and female energy, and it will help you in your household. I wish my queen was here so she could talk. Well, my goddess, I should say. I don't really, she's a goddess in my eyes,
Facts. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to offend nobody because I call myself a god. She my goddess. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But I wish she was here because I'm trying to tell you, she'll definitely let you know.
Oh, what happened?
You know what I'm saying? When they say,
oh, it must be about that time. That's why it's acting crazy. I don't know if you can hear me, bro. That thing froze, though. Are you still there? All right,
bet. Yeah.
Okay.
But when I tell you before, I started reading, having knowledge of self, and started loving myself. Like, you don't even know, you can't even begin to imagine how bad you really treat people when you in those dark places. So if I can just tell anybody before you even try to become an entrepreneur, just start making peace and start finding who you are first. And in that way, once you find out who you are, you'll find out what you meant to do out there.
Definitely. It's definitely a mindset thing. Like you said, it all begins with the mind. And I can bear witness to that. I can bear witness to that. Until I changed my mind, I did not change my life. The lifestyle and the finances came after the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Came after the mindset. And yeah, man, I recently started smoking weed again because I just found out my pop got stage 4 lung cancer. So I've been trying not to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, sometimes you got to face things.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this: that weed might stop you from going slug a nigga. Or like I said, man, everybody has their own vice. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, don't do everything in moderation. Don't be too foolish. You know what I mean? Don't be too masculine. Don't be too arrogant. You can't just have a habit or be doing something. It's always going to have something that you're going to fill it with. You know what I'm saying? You ain't feeling it with heroin. You ain't feeling it with cocaine. You know what I'm saying? You're not here robbing and stealing. You're trying to keep yourself calm so you can continue to go forward. Like I said, I don't have no problem with weed. I just had to stop doing it because I was overdoing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, though. I stopped for a while. I documented the process. I went on a 40-day grape fast and stopped smoking weed. I ate grapes, nothing but grapes. And I will never eat a grape again in my life. But I went through that shit, and it was rough. But I did it because I felt like I needed to better myself at that time. And this is around the beginning of the summer when I made this transformation, bro. Like all this shit that you see here is new. This is all 2020, 2021 shit. Like this is new. Yeah. You feel me? This is brand new. That's why I had to get back out of Philly. I was in Atlanta. I came up here to visit the kids. The apartment building burned down. I didn't have nowhere to go back to. I didn't want to stay with my baby mom, even though my name on the lease. I didn't want to stay there. I'm back with my sister, and that's just that. It is what it is.
But you know what? people, and that's the part I hate. People want to see the glory of the journey. Nobody want to see the fucking struggle.
Everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
Nobody want to go through hell to get there. Like you said, everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody want to die. Everybody's scared to die. Like that pastor, he ain't want to go outside and try me. And the pastor, on the long behold, is my father-in-law. Just to give y'all a nugget, that's my father-in-law. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna release his name and do him like that. That's my father-in-law, a man of God. I think he know the Lord better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And at least your family doing you right. So not everybody family do them like that and let them come stay and do. But you in the belly for a reason. Yeah. And there's plenty of stories you can think about that let you know. Because I'm telling you, in the midst of when I was down like that, my wife was in the hospital. My goddess was in the hospital. My twins was born. You know what I'm saying? They was in the NICU. You feel me? My kids was born early. And they stronger than ever. I'm in there arguing with them. They talking about, they gonna be something gonna be wrong with them. Them kids straight vegan. And they bigger than half the kids running around here now. They never had nothing.
Fire. And my brother that's in the military, bro, when he was born, he was the size of my palm. I remember. When he was born at 4. I don't even know how it's possible. He was in an incubation chamber for 6 months, the first 6 months of his life.
My kids was in there for almost 4.
See, man, look.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, listen, that's
what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the universe knows how to connect things, and especially if y'all out there and y'all seeing numerical numbers in sync, like you're seeing 333s, 666s, 444s, even 1111. You seeing numbers like that, 999. Start paying attention. Write down what you was thinking about after you seen those numbers or when you was seeing
it. You're not, bro. This is episode 33. That's 2 3s. And then when you said 1111, the time that we recording that is 1 minute, 22 seconds and 11 seconds. 1 hour, 22 minutes and 11 seconds. So I seen a 2 2, a 3 and 3 1s when you said that. That's fire.
And I'll be 33 this year. That's a powerful number.
This is divine.
I'm gonna say like this. Y'all pay attention to this dude. He got nuggets. I will definitely be back on this show. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little jittery when we got into it. So my thoughts is everywhere. So I really like y'all to look at this video and tell us what you think. And come up with some topics, because it's a lot of knowledge in here. I really am a private person, but I'm gonna step out a little bit and give y'all a little bit, because a lot of people really need this knowledge. And I got compassion for helping people. And that's really what I love doing. You know what I'm saying? So if this video is reaching people, what he's doing is reaching people, I can tell. But like I'm gonna say to you, when you're in the midst of that storm, you find greatness. When you're in that dirt, you find greatness. Gold is created in fire. It's a purifier. You in the fire right now. You going through a lot, but you still persevering and you building. Yeah. What you gonna come out next year or the next 4 months? It might be next week. But what you brewing and what you building is gonna be something magnificent. It's gonna be magnificent. I don't even care if you're reaching 1,000 people or if you're reaching 20 people or whatever. You still changing things. You still making it happen. That shit is dope. Cause I'm telling you, in my last, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was homeless with my wife and my 4 kids because my family put me out. Right? I ain't have no money to my name. My homeboy was like, "Yo, you can put this money in the Bitcoin, and you know what I'm saying, you can get it back." Within 30 days, bro, I had 40 bands. I had 40,000. And that was my last bit of money. My goddess is looking at me like, "Nah, don't do it." I'm like, "Look, I gotta take this chance. I got to." You see what I'm saying? This wasn't even 2 years ago.
I did the same thing. I spent my last 150 on digital real estate, and it's a course where you learn how to make money online. Like I told you, when the pandemic happened, ain't no going outside selling oils. That was my main source of income. I'm doing $600-700 a week, thinking I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like paying bills. So I thought I was doing something. $600-700 a week. You like that's like 14 a month. That's but
that's what you gotta think about that.
After your bills.
You were still making something happen. I tell people all the time, never belittle those small things. I say the highest praise is praise of self. I don't give a daggone if you was making $100 a day. You still went out there and made that. You didn't wait for somebody to give it to you. There's a difference.
Thanks.
There's a difference. You can go out right now and get a high-paying sales job. You can go sell cars right now. I guarantee you make 6 figures. Easy. You're gonna make between $12,000 and $15,000 a month. Easy. You ain't even gonna try. People gonna gravitate to you because you got that personality.
Yeah, when people come to the dealership, they coming to buy something anyway. That's how I look at it. See, my mindset already there. Like, you here, you'll sell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You see what I'm saying?
What it is.
So the fact that you was doing 600-700 a week, I know people been selling oils for years. Can't even sell 30 a day. You feel me? So
30 a day is the minimum though. Because if you're doing 3 for 10s, that's only $100 right there.
Only $100. You see what I'm saying? So
these
it's like,
joints, bro, these joints cost $1. They cost me $1. So why wouldn't I give you a 3 for 10? If I do it 10 times, I made 70 in profit. And I could do that on one block.
and a lot of people selling them. I used to buy the amber white, from people all the time. Till they start watering the joint down, they ain't smell the same.
You gotta water them down and make them into a spray. But
yeah,
I don't dibble and dab into the actual creation process. I buy them wholesale. So if it look like that, it look like that.
Yeah, that's just what you gotta do. But basically what I was saying is, like I said, honor yourself, start loving yourself, and start giving yourself praise, even when you're going through something. You know what I'm saying? Like if people like you trying to do weight loss, man, so hard on yourself. You in a position where you at a job you don't want to be there, and you just don't know how. You don't know what you want to do. I'm telling you, sit back, find yourself in a dark place. You know what I mean? Take your iPhone there and take something that you can record and start talking to yourself and finding out what went wrong and what happened.
Yes.
Find out who you are. Go by yourself. Go get a hotel for 2 days. If you can afford that. If you can't afford that, find somewhere you can go. Be by yourself.
That's that shadow work. That's that shadow work when you dig deep and you find that little dog you've been keeping in the basement all curled up and stuff. And yeah, when you go down there, you're gonna crack that door open. He gonna see light for the first time in years. He might snarl at you. He might even bite you. That shit might even hurt. You might have to cry. You might have to scream. You might have to really punch a pillow or some shit. You never know what you might have to do, but tears is gonna flow. But once you nurture that little puppy that you left in that basement, once you pet him, once you show him like, bro, I'm here to love you. Like, I'm sorry I left you down here, but like you said, you got to reconcile with your inner child. Once you pull him out of that basement, he know he don't ever got to go back in that dark place again. You gonna elevate.
Definitely, because you got to think about it. Where's that kid that helped you climb to the top of that tree? He was fearless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make amends with that dude, because now you won't even get in the tree. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. You weren't scared to fall back then. So that person is still in you. You got to find that person that helps you get out of the gutter and know how to activate that person.
It's
just like you adrenaline.
That's so divine, because I was so comfortable. I was so comfortable before the apartment burned down. I'm like, I'm chilling. I ain't doing shit else. Guy was like, nigga, you gonna get off your ass. You ain't coming back down here until you get your shit together. And that's what's going on right now, bro.
Like I said, man, I've been in that place. And the young lady that came by my house yesterday was in that place. And she was like, oh, you got such a big house. You got such this, got such that. She said, just knowing you and just meeting you, you seem like a good person, but you don't care. Bro, I'm walking around in sweatsuits, Nikes, you know what I mean? Adidas or whatever, you know what I mean? I should be buying some from my own people. So if you creating sweatsuits and shit like that, let me know. I'm buying. You know what I mean? Send me y'all links. Let me know. And I need to support more Black businesses when it comes to buying the sweatsuits. Shit, I had it for so long. I just be wearing it. I'm tight with my money because I'm investing right now because I'm trying to change the dynamics of my family for my kids.
Yes.
So I'm not spending money on going out buying a bunch of clothes and buying a bunch of stuff. Like I got into it with a young man the other day. Oh, you going on a trip? You get ready to do that? You going to Miami? You need to floss. If I go to Miami and floss, it's because I'm trying to promote my business. I'm not going to go down there just to try to promote myself. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. So y'all got to know the difference about that too.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, when you find peace with that person that was in you that didn't have fear to get on a dirt bike when he was young, or you know what I'm saying, or to go out there and play basketball in front of a bunch of people, find that person and make peace with them. Because when you make peace with them, you can then sit down and figure out where the disconnect happened and overcome it and overcome that thing and just overcome it and just start going for everything that you want. You are invincible. You are in your own way. Ain't nobody else in the way. You are the only person in your way. And I'm talking to y'all and I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? So
that's facts. That's facts, bro. And I really appreciate this John, because I came here to get people to understand what you get into and who you are and things of that nature. And it turned into a therapy session for me. And I know it's going to turn into a therapy session for somebody watching. So I just want to give you your flowers while you're in front of me. I appreciate that, bro. Like, man to man, you just helped me through some shit mentally and you ain't even peep. Now you know, because I told you, but like that was fire, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, that's like I said. I go places and have conversations. Like everybody be like, "Yo, you need to start a radio show, or you need to start a show."
You
just
do.
talking to people, because just having general conversation, you help people without trying to point out that they got an issue, and they freely want to tell you because they can communicate with you. They feel like they connected in some kind of way. Like, and I help people. I'm like, look, I'm just being me,
and they don't feel judged or like you looking down on them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
because I've been there. I done been homeless. I ain't had shit, and the shit that I got, I don't believe it's better. I don't believe the stuff that I got, I'm better than you because I got it. I'm never gonna present myself. Look at my background. It's empty. I'm gonna put me a picture or something in the background, but it's gonna be some inspiration. It's gonna be Nipsey and probably Dr. Sabi. You know what I'm saying? Or some plants. Something that's gonna give you life. I'm not putting something behind me to edify and glorify nothing, except somebody that brought me to a higher level or something that brought me to a higher place, because I want that to be a reflection of who I am. You feel me? I got plants. All I got is a bunch of plants in my crib. There's plants everywhere. Everybody like, oh, you got plants everywhere. But what gives me
good air in there too? Good oxygen in there too. That ain't the shit we breathing outside. Tell you that.
I got plants everywhere, bro. I got a whole room full of plants. I got plants in every room. I let you know what I'm saying? When we meet up, I'll let you check it out. I got plants everywhere. People be coming here, man.
And I got this one money tree I'm trying to nurture. It's growing, but it ain't cleaning the oxygen in the whole house though.
Yeah, and I got another nugget for y'all, because I know we probably about to get off of this, but when it comes to your mind and you thinking about how much money you could make, I don't know if this is for you, but I just want to tell everybody, you've been raised and you've been groomed to think that money don't grow on trees. You've been told that money is hard to come by. Money is this, money is that. That is a lie.
That is a lie.
That is a lie. Disconnected from your identity. Get it out of your DNA. That is a lie. I'm going to say it again. That is a lie. You have the power to create your own income in your own way. You don't got to wait for somebody to give you a paycheck.
Nope.
A customer, I mean, it's the same thing. You still got to wait for somebody to pay you. You still got to solicit it, but it's in a different way. And break your mind out of telling yourself, because we all had them parents, oh, I want them Jordans. Money don't grow on trees.
You got McDonald's money?
So you think it's hard to get money, and then when you go for a job, they offer you some money. They might offer you $50,000. Ain't no money. I mean, it might be money to some people, but if you know $50,000 ain't enough, get them an offer. Like, look, because they're gonna come to you at the bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh,
if they say in the style, if they
offer, never take the first deal.
Oh, if they gonna give you $50,000, know that they paying everybody in that company already probably $65,000. So you need to shoot. They send you $50,000. Like, no, look it up on Glassdoor. Glassdoor gonna give you the average of what the position is.
The company, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least ask for more money. Not everybody, and I'm gonna say this, not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gonna have that. But if you have the desire and you want to be that, that's because it's in you. If you don't have the desire, don't. But if you have the desire, go for it. Mm-hmm. And find out, like I said, find that inner you and get rid of the fear of making money, because money is a currency, and so is energy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, money is energy. Yes. It is. Yeah, you talking that shit today, bro. Like I knew it. I knew it, man. This was the energy. One.
It's like I said, when I saw you, I didn't want to say hi, but then I'm like, yo, his energy was good. So when I came back out, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, you know what, man, what's going on?
He told me, I'm like, yo, see what he talking about. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I don't even remember who started the conversation though.
Because I think I said something to you on the way in, but you was out, you was smoking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're smoking or you was playing on the phone or something, and I walked back out and I was like, yeah, man, how you doing? He like, good. I was like, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but then I said something because I'm like, man, we might be supposed to be connected for business. And I was like, it might be something that you got that I got, because we still got to connect on some business things too, because I ain't even met up with you on that. But if I didn't speak to you, I wouldn't be having this conversation right now. So you saying that I helped you, but you helped me in so many ways today. I'm on a camera, I'm talking, my face about to be on IG. I mean, 1 million people might see it. And I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at least 7,000, definitely, because I got 7,000 followers. So
you see what I'm saying? So look at that. You done built that. You can show me how to build 7,000 followers, buddy. Put a video up on YouTube. Look, y'all go to his YouTube channel. The next couple of weeks, he gonna give y'all a video on how to build 7,000 followers or more. He gonna give you the blueprint.
Yeah.
He gonna give you the blueprint. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow too. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna give you the blueprint, because not a lot of people got 7,000 followers. I don't even think I got that many. I don't even think I got 3,000 on Facebook. Cause I speak real shit. If you look on my Facebook, everything that I'm talking about right now, It's going down the page,
Mhm.
You know, when you speak truth, a lot of people run from it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Because they don't want to understand. They be like, oh, I ain't look into that yet. I ain't about to. And then that's like, well, why don't you look into it then? Like, you don't gotta take my word for it. This is why I like the things that you're saying, because I be saying these things. So now I can give the game and be like, look, I'm not the only person that's saying this. And how long we known each other? Like a week.
Like a month. Nah, we met like a month ago, but we really been chatting like the past week because
Yeah. Oh, that was a month
everything I was dealing with.
See? That's how you know I'll be high. But I was like, so it's like we just basically my point is that we just met. We ain't never had this conversation before. You feel me?
Nope.
So it's no coincidence that those spaces, like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like really attracts like. And I feel like we're really gonna make millions of dollars together.
Oh,
Because
we're gonna definitely
when it comes to the because I do like, man, listen, man, let me close this joint and then we can talk about that. But
yeah.
All right, y'all. Like that was episode 33, man. Please, like, share, comment, all that stuff. Subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell button so that you know when we go live, man. This is Tyrell Bey, and we out, man. Get excited. You already know.
Peace.
Born, build or destroy. God, equality, power, culture, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, cipher. Get excited. This podcast was brought to you in part by Merch Life Publishing.